to go.
Coach Webb, obviously an exciting time of year, another football season upon us right now. Just talk about just what you've seen from this 2026 group through the summer and obviously the first week of practice.
Yeah, we've had a great summer. The best thing about it is you get to be back out, coaching football and getting the team developed. And the longer I do this, the best memories are sometimes don't happen on Friday nights. They happen, middle of July or first week of June at a camp somewhere. Those are the things you remember, not only as a player but as a coach. And it kind of culminates, obviously, on Friday nights. But, they're putting in a lot of great work. Got really proud of our team again.
I know every senior class is special to you. You got 13 of them back on the roster this year with significant experience. Talk about this, how special this group is.
You said it. Every group's special. So it's special because it's their senior year. I've been here since 2012, so you do the math. These kids started school when I got here, so or had not even started school yet. So I've seen them grow up. I've seen them come to our youth camps, and I've seen them be playing our youth football league up to our middle school, and then freshmen and JV teams, and it's their senior year, and everybody wants to make it memorable. But I'm just really proud of the people that they are, what they represent. There's a lot to be said in today's world about the youth of America and how they don't do this right and they don't do that right. And I don't see it in this football team every day. I see a lot of guys that I'm really proud to be their coach. They're first-class young men. I have 2 daughters. I don't have any sons, and I'm proud to call these guys like my own sons just because of the type of people they are. And so that stuff may be out in the world we live in. I don't disagree with it, but, man, I see the good stuff they do daily, and I'm really proud of them.
Obviously, Maryville has such a championship culture, whether that could be here at the high school or at Northwest. So what does it mean to you to just keep coming out here and representing Maryville every Friday night?
Yeah, it's special to me. You guys, everybody knows I grew up here. I was born and raised in this town, and when I graduated from high school here, Mel Churchman just came to Northwest, and so that stigma of Bearcat football really started when I was still in high school here, and my head coach was Chuck Litteris, and we didn't have the wins that we're currently kind of have in our culture, and they were just starting it. So, for me to be able to just kind of be part of continuing that, what those guys have started in our community, and whether it's Mel Churchma or Adam Dorrell or Ben McCollum or the championships that are literally a mile and a half down Munn Avenue. I think it really reflects into our high school culture, and it kind of just breathes on down. And our community is very proud of all youth sports, youth activities, not just football. We support all of our athletics and our activities, from a school district standpoint, from a community standpoint. This is a special community, and I know every community says that, and I'm biased because, yes, I'm from here, but I just believe things are a little different. We call it God's country for a reason. You got to want to be in Maryville. It's not somewhere on the interstate, somewhere you pass through and, you spend a few months or you spend a year on a contract somewhere or something. It's a destination place. You got to want to be in Maryville, and part of that is being a spoof hound. We're a one-school town, and you grow up, and these kids want to be a spoof hound and represent our community and represent what a spoof hound means. And then, Bearcats are unique too, so it's a special place.
Coach, obviously we talked about the experience of the seniors. Who are some? Talk about some of the young guys who have stepped up for you.
Well, we'll find out. Starting in Jamboree and in week 1, I don't know. So far we've got guys stepping up in the off season and in practice and some stuff. We've got some spots on our line that you're going to hear some new names and some guys that it's kind of like their time to shine. They've become older. They are no longer freshmen. They're no longer sophomores, and obviously there's a lot of confidence and comfort in knowing that you're starting quarterbacks back in Jackson Dredge. There's some comfort there watching him develop, watching him being a starter sophomore year against Lutheran North, and then all last year as a junior, and then just being able to matriculate through and watch him progress. And our skill positions, obviously some guys like Luke Allen and Lucas Ziegler and Cade Naming and Carson Hageman, and I can go through a list of names, but everybody knows those guys. So there's a large group of guys that'll step up.
Coach, you always keep a tough schedule every single year. We talk about this matchup every year, Maryville, Blair Oaks. Two great coaches, two tremendous programs. Thoughts on matching up with them again?
Well, we're talking about a team that just won their 7th state championship last year in Class 2. They're a powerhouse. They've got everybody back. Ted LePage is a good friend of mine. We talk, all the time. We don't talk football. We talk about our families. We talk about, he's a farmer down there, and I don't know anything about farming, but one time this summer he was working on the back of a baler and needed my advice, and I probably told him something that didn't work on his baler, and he called me the next day and joked that I didn't know what I was talking about, and I agreed because I don't know anything about a baler, but they're a great football team. They're a great football program, great challenge. Look forward to playing them every year because you want to play the best, and that's our. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and so that they're an unbelievable team, great program.
Last thing for me, like you said, you've been coaching here since 2012. What motivates Coach Webb to keep coming back every single year for the Friday Night Lights? Whether that could be from a hunger to win a championship or just seeing everybody grow throughout their high school career.
Yeah, it's the players. I talked about it. Last week when we reported for fall camp. It's like Christmas. As a coach, you do stuff all year. You're trying to be good to Santa Claus, and then Christmas Day you get to open up and see if you were really good or not, and see what Santa brings you. And it's about the kids. It's about the players and their families. And again, there's a lot of negatives in the coaching world. And when you look at whether that's the NFL or what college football and college athletics is dealing with the NILs, and whether you're talking about mission, private schools, there's a lot of negatives, but there's so many positives that outweigh those things. And the number one positive for me is always the players and our assistant coaches, the relationships that you get to dive into their lives and they dive into your lives. They know me hand and foot. They know everything about me. Like I said, they grew up with me, so they're a big part of my life. So the reward is the players every year and getting to build those relationships.